Hello Leo, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, I'm going to do a reading for you. It's going to be like general, so it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate, I'm glad we're able to connect. If it does not, hopefully the next time. Leo, we're going to look at what your strength is right now, what your weakness is, and what you should focus on. I'm going to start with the Shadows of the Middle Ages Oracle deck, and then I'm going to get into the Good Tarot. All right, Pussycat Nation. Leo. King of the Pussycats. Leo's strength right now. Leo's weakness right now. And what Leo should focus on. It's kind of funny. Just as I was saying your weakness, my throat chakra got like a tickle. So maybe your weakness is speaking. Being heard. Saying the right thing. All right, your strength right now is the chain. Okay, it's something that's like, I'm just hearing the old ball and chain. That's interesting. The chain, Leo. Good times. All right, that's your strength, is the chain. It's what you do with it. I'm literally like, I get a feeling of imprisonment and slavery with this card for obvious reasons, right? I'm kind of getting, it's funny. It's playing out to me sort of like Lucy in the movie Lucy, and she's chained up. I can't remember how she's chained, but she uses the chain to wrap it around her, the person who's keeping her prisoner, to free herself or something. Like she uses the momentum of the chain to free herself. So it's kind of interesting, right? Like it does have to do with kind of being confined in a way that you don't wish to be. It's like, you know, if I think about a big lion chained in place, it's not what the lion wants to do. There's a sense of something that's keeping a lack of freedom here for you, but it's using it to your benefit in some way. Like how could you use it to benefit you? Because it's your strength. The chain is your strength. What is your weakness right now? Oh, chaos. Oh, wow. All right then. The weakness is the chaos. Now, if imagine like a horrible storm, a tornado, a hurricane coming through, but the chain actually holds you down so that you don't get pulled into the storm. The weakness is the storm. The strength is the chain that holds you in place or stops you from being like catastrophically thrown and tossed around. What should you focus on? The star. Your destiny, where you're being guided, hope. Poop, poop. Holy moly. I'm just saying, it's a long underline. It starts with a cauldron. It starts with magic. And then because this is past, the underline, we do have present. So I kind of want to say, it's almost saying like there's some type of magic or manifestation, the initialization of a manifestation that is now has you in the present. It's almost like to say, are you on the cusp of achieving a manifestation? Right? Even though it's not going to feel like it, particularly with what this underline ends with. And then you have the broom. It's sweeping out the old, looking more closely at magic around you with the magnifier and the raven. And karma. This raven card can come off as some sort of like dark esoteric magic. It's interesting the karma cat is looking at the raven who's looking at the magnifier. It's like darkness sort of being caught off guard because it's distracted by something else, and karma coming in to correct something or to protect something. Then the fairy is almost like, okay, the cat is keeping something distracted here. The cat has been keeping some sort of darkness or keeping an eye on it while it's preoccupied. keeping an eye on this dark magic while it's preoccupied. Karma's protecting you. And then it's almost like the fairies are working in another direction here, giving the fairies space. That's an interesting... There's something about this that reminds me of the Cancer Extended. And it took me... Okay. The Cancer was dealing with, it's funny. It's not completely different from this energy. But they were dealing with being kind of held in place. But the Extended indicated that this is something that happened like about 9 to 10 months ago. And it took me to a specific reading for them. It was very specific, and the cards literally brought me there. And it was a reading I did for them in the family room here. I think it was December the 5th of 2023. And the demon card came out, and it was the demon with the moon and the fairy. And it was quite dramatic because I had a fire going in the background, and during this reading, the fireplace would just, like, the logs would just poof, and sparks would fly. It was weird. I mean, scientifically, you could say there's probably like some type of gas bubble in the log that, the fire hit, but the timing was impeccable. And at the time of the reading, it was weird. It was like almost like Cancer had opened up some sort of portal of darkness, or they were looking at some type of darkness. And anyways, the Extended kind of sort of talked about like they're coming to a conclusion of that. I feel like there's some sort of significant, so I know you're not Cancer. Some of you might have an important placement in that, and that could be why, this energy is flowing through there. But I will say this, there's something going on to me with that reading that talks about some type of dark karmic cycle that's coming to a conclusion. But it feels like either there was pressure pushed against this dark cycle last December, or some sort of darkness was opened, or a dark spell was cast. But regardless of anything that you do, this spell only lasts for a year. Like, it was just a really, it's weird. And right, like, because where this is bringing me is I went back and I found the reading that it was talking about, and I linked it in the description in Vimeo for those that went to the Extended to go and watch the reading if they felt called to it, if that was resonating for them. And I went back and I watched the reading, and it talked about how it was almost like you're taking the opportunity to look at something dark here while it's distracted. Because the devil wasn't looking, the demon wasn't looking at Cancer, who was represented by that moon card in this deck, looking at the darkness. And then the fairy was on the other side. So that's, like, it's weird the way that's playing out. The fairy goes towards the owls. This is like some type, again, esoteric knowledge. There's some sort of deep hidden knowledge here. There's magic abound. I mean, there's some serious magic abound here. And it's almost like the forces of darkness against the forces of light. Your weakness are the forces of darkness. Darkness, evil, low vibration can cause chaos, but it cannot reestablish order. Only divine energy can reestablish order. That's the difference. And darkness forgets about that and thinks, well, it's pretty much divinity and the universal laws that bring order back into place again. And your strength right now is to hang on fucking tight, right? Like it's to hang on to this chain. So there could be something going on here. Like maybe it's even more globally here. Maybe there's some chaos going on around you, and you feel like you're not necessarily progressing or moving forward in some way. Trust me, there's a good reason behind it. There's something playing out here about the forces of darkness and good. And they're both using some type of deep knowledge or information, because the owls coming together, like they're like pilgrims to me. So it's giving me that, this is information that's been passed down for generations. It's information. Really? Okay, I just heard that came on the Mayflower. That's odd. Some Mayflower. right then, just gonna go with that download. Okay, something that came in on the Mayflower. Something that, the scythe and the snake. What is this? Oh my God, and the other karma card. Holy Mother of God, what is going on here? You know, I did another reading and it felt more like it was for the collective, but it started off as a Leo reading. There's something very big about this energy. There is a battle going on here between dark and light. Karma is working friggin' overtime, man. And I mean the powers, the universal powers of right and justice. One level of karma is watching the darkness looking at something. What is the darkness looking at? The darkness is trying to understand. It's trying to understand how something has been removed. Because the present is now, but something was trying to affect the present then. It's like, how has the future been changed? How has the future been changed? That's what the dark magic has been trying to understand. But it's almost like God, the heavenly bodies, want to distract the darkness with that. You sit and you try to figure that out, my friend. You sit and you try to figure that out, and I'm going to keep a watchful eye on you. And this is feeling right because it's a cat. It feels like it's in the physical here, in the 3D. In the physical, in the 3D. Why is Leo being represented by the collective? That's an interesting question. Because this is the second time now that I've done a reading, and it's not unusual that certain signs, you know, I start off doing a zodiac sign, but then it feels very collective. But this is 2 times in a row now for you. The 5th house and Leo. Why? I don't know. This is a Leo reading, but I am going to put something on like the thumbnail or whatever so that people can see it's also collective, because there's something bigger here. Like everybody's got a little bit of Leo in them. They've got a little bit of 5th house. Everybody's got the sun. Everybody's got a sun placement too. So earthly, there's something going on here with earthly. 3D energy that is working to protect, I want to say, protect some sort of darkness that's been going on here with the scythe and the snake. But it feels like these owls, this pilgrim information, right? And when I say it comes from the Mayflower, it feels like it comes from ancestral roots. It comes from something perhaps quite pagan, quite indigenous, and it's come over here. So I don't know, it's feeling a little bit heavy, like North America, to say that. But I mean, these hats were worn in many different areas, but, right? What are they doing? It's almost like they're bringing an end, with the scythe, bringing an end to the snake. The snake is hidden. A karma sits on the other side of the snake. The ruling of the snake over the earth. Earth comes in after karma. The bounty, the abundance, the sustenance, into the tunnel, under the earth. Now there's definitely something very big going on here. And then taking us into the whip. Right? The whip and the chain. I mean, that feels like, to me, it just feels like slavery, enslavement. Being chained and whipped. Held against your will and forced to do what you don't want to do. Let me read the whip, the whip, the whip, the whip, and the chain. The whip is number 11. Interesting. I should say that, I should note this too, that there are like cards. This has happened a couple times here, hasn't it? We have 3. The whip and the broom are both number 11. Just as the birds and the owls are both number 12. Where in this deck, we have repeats. And they're noted, right, in the book. They both have the same number, but they're kind of like a little bit opposite end of the spectrum here from one another. And the Karma card. 3s have been coming up here. 3s were prominent yesterday. 3, 7 of Swords. 3, 10 of Swords. 3, like it's coming out in 3s. So I don't know if that has something to do with in the next 3 months. Which is interesting because I talked about December. Because we have 3 cards that are represented by repeats in this underlying spread. We have the whip and the broom, karma, and the owls. That's significant. I feel like it's significant. There's something going on here about 3. Is it 3 months? Because the Cancer Extended was bringing me back to last December. And it's almost like it was saying that is closing. There's something very big going on here. Anyway, so there's the broom. So this whip, while the whip card, right, signifies punishment, the whip card represents conflicts, tension, and repetitive patterns. It symbolizes situations where there may be disagreements, arguments, or internal struggles. It advises you to be aware of potential conflicts, promote open communication, and address underlying issues in order to achieve resolution and find a sense of peace. The whip is a card of punishment and suffering. Also forces action, right? Forces action. Now it's interesting because the snake is a card that signifies quick action, as well as many other things. Hidden information, protecting information. Something has gone underground, maybe that's you. But there's only, to go underground is because you're moving away from something and you need to do it perhaps even in the energy of the snake, which is hidden. Hidden, mysterious, and stealth-like. And you can't go back because going back is to whatever you were trying to get away from. And there's only one way to go forward here. And the tunnel could seem very long. Forced through the tunnel. Okay, so then that takes us here. Your strength is actually the chain. The chain card represents restrictions, limitations, and dependencies. It signifies a sense of being tied down or constrained by external circumstances or obligations. This card suggests a feeling of being trapped or bound by certain situations or relationships. It encourages you to examine the areas of your life where you may be experiencing limitations and consider how to break free from them, either by seeking liberation or finding ways to navigate within the existing constraints. This card can also speak of strong family, friendship, or partnership ties. So that could also be something here, right? Like your strength, or maybe even those others that you share these elements of the chain with. Strong family ties, friendship, and partnership ties is your strength. Through this chaos. Chaos is really, this is one of the most destructive cards in the deck. Now, let me get there. The forces of chaos, this is your weakness. The forces of chaos are represented by entities that bring chaos and destruction to the human world. Among these entities are those who sow chaos, or sow. Am I saying that right? You know, sow the seeds. Yeah, sow your seeds. Sow your seeds. Sow your seeds. And what does the scythe do? But come in and harvest after something has been like sown and grown. And you have the scythe leading into what was the scythe leading into? The snake. Exposing the snake, exposing the truth, because seeds were sown to grow a lie, right? The dark magic sowed seeds. If I'm saying that right, can you sow seeds? The dark magic planted seeds. Those seeds grew lies. The light is trying to cut, or has. Why though? To expose the hidden truth. Is it trying to, it's almost like it's bringing in a storm now. If the light is exposing the truth, because it's harvested what was grown as a lie, but the snake can lay so low, it's almost like it's creating a dust storm. The weakness now is the storm. Among these entities are those who sow chaos everywhere, and their goal is to disrupt established order and create an uncontrollable world. Other entities simply revel in chaos for its own sake, finding pleasure and power in the destruction it causes. Chaos is commonly associated with storms, hurricanes, distorted images, erratic patterns, and discord in any form. These entities can include chaotic gods, ancient primordial beings, malevolent sorcerers, and chaotic races. There's a storm settling. Something's been going on here. I don't know if there's been like some sort of spell cast individually on a lot of you or something, but this spell ends. Did it open in December of last year? I don't know if there was anything significant that, I don't know, going on in December. Like my own life, I'm like, I can't think of anything, I'm like, I'm trying to think, is there anything? I can't think of anything. But politically, maybe there was. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy painting my house. Painting my house, trying to clean. So I'm like, what has been going on? Because it's almost like the chaos is the storm. And it is hanging on tight. This chain might be feeling like it's confining you. It's holding you against your will. But it's keeping you safe from the destruction. Right? And what should your focus be as the star? I mean, you think about the star and you think about, bad and evil. And then like even just the star that led people to the birth of Jesus. Like it is, like it's a symbol from the heavens. It's a symbol from the heavens to follow, to go in this direction. Because it doesn't matter how chaotic the storm gets. A star from the heavens will shine. Now, it's interesting that I say that because I've noticed every morning that Saturn is so bright in the sky. I don't know if it's like that where you are. But it's like a star. Saturn is like a star in the sky right now. And it's all by itself. Because I can see it at like 6:30 in the morning here when the sky is going from dark to blue, and all of the other stars disappear, but Saturn is sitting there so bright. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we read about chaos. Let's read the star. Let's give it that honor. Let's read the star. This should be your focus. The star card represents hope, inspiration, and guidance. It signifies a sense of optimism and the presence of divine or spiritual forces at work in your life. The star card often indicates a renewed sense of purpose, a glimpse of your highest aspirations, or a reminder to stay focused on your goals. It encourages you to believe in yourself, trust the universe, and follow the path that aligns with your deepest desires. This is a card of luck. Currently, you are under a lucky star and close to success. Also, this card is a reflection of intuition. Well, hot dog. What an interesting reading. I'm really curious why Leo has come out twice now, though. Like collective. It's because the energy of the sun. We're talking about something that we all sit under. Oh. So, okay, let's go into the good tarot. Your strength right now is the chain. Your weakness is chaos. What your focus should be is the star. Your strength, the 8 of fire, the 8 of wands, controlled movement. It feels like controlled movement, but also Oh, Spirit is funny how it talks to me. It knows I've been watching Lost. Well, my guides hang out with me. I'm told they're always there. I'm like, okay, just don't come in the bathroom with me. But this is giving me the sense of, I've been watching Lost. A lot of you probably know that because I've said it a few times. And some of the analogies are coming out into this. And there's a weird darkness, right? This dark cloud beast thing that moves around on the island. And, well, there's also been polar bears and some other crazy shit. But there's often these weird stands of these tropical type trees, and they're so tightly bound that you can squeeze through them, but something coming after you can't get to you. And it's almost like running between these stands of protection, the way this bamboo is so enclosed and tightly woven together. Like it creates, that it's almost like it creates a cage that you squeeze yourself into, and what's coming after you can't get you. This is also like the guiding lights, right? The guiding lights. Follow the light. Follow the light through the maze of darkness, Leo. But, you know, your strength is perhaps even too, when the time is right, is to break the chain. To move free from the chain with the 8 of fire. Your weakness is the chaos. It feels like the chaos has gone on for too long. It feels like the storm will never end. It's the 9 of Wands. But look at how she's holding out the stars. This is to turn your weakness into your strength. Right? The star is most visible when there is some darkness in the sky. Hi. Hello. Mr. Larry came to say hi. He's just reconnecting. Are there birds and squirrels out there? I know. Yeah. You want to eat them all? They don't come in your playpen, do they? No. You can't get too comfy. You're a good boy? Okay. We just need a second here. He's just bringing his spiritual powers in, you know. Yeah. Did you go see your breakfast? You got tuna, pate, and kibble. You have choices. Yeah. It's nice to have choices. Oh, you smell a little bit like tuna. You had some of the choices? I'm gonna keep doing the work here. Thank you. Okay, go now. You just wanted to come in and say hi to the Pussycat Pride? Yeah? Okay. I don't know. I think he thinks, well, you're my servant. If I want to snuggle, you should just be ready for that and do it indefinitely. Okay, so follow the light. Follow the star, right? The star. And look at how this energy is like holding you. Come out of the darkness. Come out of the fog. Come out of the storm. Follow the stars. Something is guiding you. Focus on what's guiding you. Focus on what's pulling you out of the darkness. So there we go. Your focus is the star. Should be the star. The Chariot. Where you go, where it's taking you. Something is trying to take you somewhere. Follow. I don't know. It could be your car. It could be like getting in your car and going somewhere, literally. Boy, oh boy, what is this? It has such a biblical feeling to it. It's crazy. The 16, right? 1 and 6 giving us 7, and the 7 in the Chariot. Oh my gosh. The 5 and the 3 for 53, 8. And double 8. But here, in the chaos, we don't have that. We have 3 and 9. Well, I guess 3, 6, 9 we could count by threes, but where is the star? Follow the star. Follow the star in the chaos. That's what you should do. Keep following the star. Don't pay attention to the chaos. Keep right, and what is the tunnel? There's a light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's the only way to go. Just keep, it's almost like you're in the tunnel and a windstorm has come up. Keep moving towards the light, Leo. But keep moving towards the light, the truth, the hope. Where do you have hope in your life? Keep moving towards that. Keep focusing on that. Your strength right now. The Queen of Earth. The 10 of Fire. And the Call. Which is the Judgment card. Rising. Getting away from something here that holds you down. The Queen of Earth feels like, right, like it's something that needs to be burned. Oh. Yeah. Because the King of Wands, like one of the, which is your card, the King of Wands, one of the attributes of that card is that if this shit's gotta change, this shit's gotta change. Change. And if nothing else can change this, then I'll burn it all down. Don't be out there being any like, setting anything on fire. I'm not telling you to do that. It's the symbolism of it. It is to burn it all down. And it's like, right? Because it's almost like the field hasn't been fully cleared. It can only be cut to expose so much truth. It's a real King of Wands energy here. And then there's this red fiery energy, almost like, who could survive the intensity of the firestorm but Leo? And it's almost like if the chain is exposed to enough heat, it'll break. Burning the past here. It's overgrown. The past is overgrown. Rising out of the ashes. That's your strength. Following the angels. The weakness is finding the hope in the storm. It's like you've been trying to find the right direction for a long time. It's seeing the light in the darkness. Where is their hope? The Emperor. Wow, with chaos, huh? And, oh my God. But it comes out like Leo energy in this deck, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? Oh my God, that's nuts. That is crazy, no? All right, let's see where this goes. The 9 of Earth. And the 6 of Fire. There's a lot of fire here. Even like cards that aren't, like the chain. The chain has got all this fire, and the whip, all this red ignited fire. The star, there's fire in the background. To your success. It's like being able to disrobe, being able to take off the costume, being able to take off, this is the, being able to take off the costume and claim your independence is the weakness here. But it's continuing to look at the hope in the dark. I'm getting like how you've been used. How you've been used in the false power that was somehow granted to you in some area of your life. The weakness is the independence, it's the success going towards the star. If there's no hope, there's nothing. But there's hope here. There's hope. And that's everything. What you should focus on, the star and the chariot. The Hanged Man. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Because in the chaos, she's holding up more than one star. So it's almost like it's confusing. I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be looking at. Is how that vibes. I'm trying to figure out where my success is here. But there's only one star to follow, one true star to follow. And the Hanged Man is having the right perspective here. Seeing it clearly or seeing it from a different angle. The Hanged Man, the Two of Fire. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The Queen of Fire. There's a very specific energy here. Now, I don't know. Why am I being drawn to the giraffe? A higher perspective. The higher perspective is where you should go. It is like connecting to your tribe. With the Queen of Wands over there, what you should focus on. No. Transformation and the Page of Air. So the transformation is like the death rebirth card, rising from the ashes. It's almost like she holds a baby phoenix in her hands. And seeing the Page of Air, freedom. Reborn into freedom. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like born, with these cards, it's like born into enslavement and then reborn into freedom. There are some powerful, powerful karmic energies at work here. The chain. Breaking a pattern too? The Page of Wands. Chained to a path. The Eight of Wands. The Three of Wands. God, there's so many wands in this. There is. I don't know. It felt like, I don't know. I don't feel like with any of the other readings so far this week that there's been such a significant representation of a sign's element as there has been in yours in this one. With the fire. Really intense fire energy. Drive, passion, sense of self, expression of sense of self here. It's almost like your strength is holding back saying anything. and allowing things to come to you, which you could say to some extent, the focus, right? If you want to say turning the yang into the yin for you, reestablish your energy as feminine as opposed to like the King of Wands. The Queen of Earth here. Judgment, which is taking us, right? It takes us to the call. Your strength is some type of judgment against... There's some type of overgrown earthly power that this Queen of Earth feels like it represents to me. And it's almost like returning the burden. Returning the burden with the Ten of Fire. The Magician and the Chariot, yes. Right? That's what your strength is, to manifest this. It is to return the burden to some type of earthly power that feels like it has you trapped. It could even be to speak to the chain. Your strength right now is a call. I don't know. There's something here almost like a phone call. It could be. You know, if that seems significant for you. The call, which is judgment, is your strength. The Three of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. It almost feels like completing an obligation. It's almost like making a phone call, completing an obligation, and freeing yourself. The weakness is the chaos and finding the right star in the storm. The Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Well, I don't know. It's almost as if... Who's this Queen of Wands? It's like trying to... Is it you in the receptive mode? Is it someone you're meant to build with? But there's two things to balance here. Two things to consider. Because the Queen of Wands represents following the star. What else is shining its light to distract you? What else is shining its light in the storm? The Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Oh my God. Okay. Because it's almost like that's not the plan to take. Or it's like redoing a plan here. Moving away from your power is the distraction. Move into your power. You're the star. Move into your power. You're the star. This Nine of Fire is kind of like transformed in front of me into like the Hermit, carrying the lantern, their own star. There you go. It's looking outside of yourself here where the confusion comes in. The Emperor. The Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands. I just heard chasing into distraction. Chasing into distraction. Conflict. Chasing conflict. The Nine of Earth. Oh, it's, yeah, the Nine of Earth, sorry. That's right. I don't know what else. The King of Swords and the Six of Fire, Six of Wands. The Seven of Cups. It's almost like you're unsure. The answer is inside you. The answer is inside you, is specifically what this is saying. The star is the guiding light within yourself. That's what you need to follow here. The guiding light within yourself. The star, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. It's to lead others. How? What you should focus on, like, it's because it's almost like taking this group energy, and like no hesitation, almost like showing where to go. And based on how these other cards have come out where your weakness is, it's like, no, you're meant to be the leader here. You're meant to be the leader. The Chariot. And who is the King of Wands? The Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles with the Chariot. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Because the King of Wands is the person, also the energy, when it's in a healthy, upright, properly developed energy, is the leader that no one else will be. Hanged Man. The Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups. Well, that's interesting. It's almost like seeing a difference that love can make. The Two of Fire. The Four of Wands. The Page of Swords. Oh, and the King of Cups. Fire and water. Rainbows. The King and Queen of Cups. You are the light. It is... You're supposed to lead. The energy is supposed to come to you. Maybe because you're chained. Huh? Your strength is the chain. Because you are the light. Queen of Fire. Nine of Cups. Ace of Swords. Yeah, in some ways, you are the dream. You are the wish. You are correct. The Ace of Swords. You are the light. Be the star that shines in the sky. Okay? The Eight of Swords. You can't see which way to go because you are the path. So, there you go. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, for anyone who wants to come with me over there, I'm going to go ask what you don't see about yourself and what is your biggest asset that you could lean into right now. And there you go, Leo Collectives. Thank you so much, everyone. Till next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.